So I want to talk to you about getting help. Years ago, when I was in this terrible job hunt situation, I reached out and asked for help. And somebody suggested that I see a career coach, which is ironic because that's what I do now. But anyway, I spoke to this woman and I had an expectation about what career coaching was, which was that it was basically like a grown-up guidance counselor. She was going to help me uncover what I was good at and work on my resume and apply for jobs. And that was what I felt like I needed at that time. But, obviously now I know that's not what coaching is. And hopefully you do too. If not, now you do. Coaching is hard, and coaching asks you to do a lot of hard work on yourself. It's not a thing that coaching is hard, and it asks you to do a lot of brave, difficult work on yourself. And it's also not free because it shouldn't be. This woman was offering me a great asset. But because of where I was at in terms of feeling really crummy about myself, I didn't have the bandwidth to make that brave step and do that hard work on myself. And because of where I was at financially, I couldn't swing it price-wise. And now that I'm a coach, I see the other side of that situation a lot. And, I do work with people on price. I have deferral slots. If someone's looking for work, they can postpone their payment. But that's not an option for everybody. And a lot of people don't like to carry debt, which I completely understand. And even if you have the money, you don't necessarily have the emotional bandwidth to really look at, what garbage am I bringing to the table that I would like to look at, work on, so that I'm not bringing it into my next job. So today I want to talk about alternatives to coaching. I know I'm a really great business person, right? So if coaching is not an option for you, which it's not for a lot of people. So if coaching is not an option for you right now, an excellent alternative can be a friend or an accountability buddy. Somebody who isn't going to hold their own agenda for you, isn't going to give you too much advice or too much of their opinion, but who's going to ask you really good questions and help you define goals and stay accountable to them. So I have 2 accountability buddies. We meet every week. I also have a coach, but I like support. But I have 2 accountability buddies, and together we've been meeting for over a year. Yeah, at least a year. And together we've set professional goals, personal goals, and kind of helped each other achieve them, ask good questions. We do give advice because, it's hard not to. But we're aware that when we're receiving advice, we don't have to take it. We can try it on, see if it fits us, get rid of it if it doesn't. And we all have this mutual relationship of support and respect. And that can be hard. I definitely started with a few groups, and this is the only one that's still going. And I've tried different things like mastermind groups, just getting together for coffee with a good friend. And this is the one that works the best for me. So try stuff out, see what feels good for you. But there's a lot to be said for clearly defining a goal that you're shooting for and setting up an accountability plan. So for some of my goals, I might say, I'm going to do this by this day. This is what it's going to look like. SMART goals are pretty great here. This is what it's going to look like. And here's how I want to be held accountable. So I'm going to make a bunch of videos. I'm going to launch them starting on January 1st. And you're going to know that I'm doing it because I'm going to text you when I'm done all of my recording. That might be a good way to do it. Also, if you meet regularly, you can kind of just check in on people. Specifically for job hunting, one thing that I notice people tend to lack awareness around is what they really want and what they really need. We tend to fixate on something like money, compensation, benefits even, and not really look at the whole picture of what we're looking for. This can be a wonderful opportunity to use a buddy to ask you a lot of questions. So one resource that I've got that's available to you guys for free that might help ask really good questions is called the Job Report Card. And it's basically 8 different areas with a bunch of little questions that you can assess about your past job to see, well, what wasn't really working for you? What did you value? What was important? And then you can do it again for this new future job that you're looking for or something that you're considering. And doing that with a buddy is a great way to have a really in-depth, thoughtful conversation about what you're looking for. And then once you know what you want, you can get it. So I hope this is helpful. Help is wonderful. Support is wonderful. It can be very hard to look for a new job. So ask for whatever you need. If coaching is something you want to try, I'm here. I usually have some open slots in my practice. If coaching is something that you think is right for you, I'm here. I know a lot of other great coaches. There are a lot of wonderful coaches out there. So feel free to go looking. If coaching is something that you feel like you want, I'm here. I know a lot of great coaches. We're helpful people. We ask really good questions. But if that's something you can't swing right now, an accountability buddy or a friend or, even your mom can be really great. So good luck. Take care of yourself in the job hunt. So good luck and take care of yourself on the job hunt.